Next, the boys must make a difficult choice. Don't touch that dial.
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
We would be honored if you would join us.
It's time to put on music. It's time to light the light.
Heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
We talking about practice.
Scorpion wins.
Where's the beat?
Cook with me now, cook with me now, I'm making pancakes. Cook with me now, cook with me now,
Well, hello to all you little assholes out there checking your Facebook instead of doing your homework. This is your good pal Timothy Miller with Cooking on High, and I've never done a podcast drunk. High? That remains to be seen.
Or heard. And welcome back to Cooking on High, the first of 2015.
This is where you insert the kazoos and fireworks.
Okay. That's Jacob,
And
everybody.
then I say, "Hey, we're back!" Very late in the episode.
Yes, it's probably 3 o'clock in the morning, but...
But it's 4, almost 4, 3 minutes till 4.
Well, it is in the morning, so...
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you.
Usually at this point in time, I ask Jacob what's he been doing. So in all fairness, Jacob, Tim, what have you been up to?
Well then, now that I'm put on a spot like that, working hard, saying inappropriate things in front of customers while stocking canned goods. And in any event, for the love of God, if you're ever at a store, do not turn to someone and say, "Do I look like a smelly pussy?" Because if someone walks by,
What type of looks will you get?
jaw dropped to the floor, tongue rolling down all the way to the diaper aisle.
Like they're looking at a smelly pussy.
Exactly.
That brings us to our next topic. Jacob, what have you been up to?
I've been working at the bowling alley.
Everyone's working for the weekend.
That's a Huey Lewis song?
Is it Huey Lewis?
I think so.
Didn't you have a song on one of
No.
those?
That's the other. Huey Lewis has some work-related songs.
And I too have been working on occasion, selling that glass.
Best methamphetamine dealer in McAllen. It's not really methamphetamine.
I'm not really in McAllen.
But in any event, if someone walked up to me and was like, "Hey Tim, would you want to buy some glass?" The first thing that would pop in my head would not be a mug with etchings on it. Glass.
Sandblasting. Etchings on tops.
Well, it would be, if you'd say, "I'm selling mugs." Or I'm
Yeah, but it's on glass. And as we've discussed before, it could be on any kind of glass.
It could be on metal. We've done knives and lighters and
metals.
And mugs.
And what is this fantabulous place that has all your etching needs or sandblasting?
Sandblasting needs. It's ADS Custom Glass. Look them up on Facebook.
Yes.
It's custom with a K.
Check out the YouTube video.
It's a commercial Facebook. I should post on the Cooking on High.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's a sponsor.
Yeah. And we
Not,
got
it isn't.
It is because it pays for the beer.
This is true.
Man, and Homework Comics could be another promotion.
It's true.
Because Homework Comics draws for that's where the logo came from.
It's true. I made that logo.
And Tim, your website?
I don't rightly have a website, but
Lemonparty.org is Tim's website. Go there.
For the love of God, do not go there. You're gonna have a bad time. But yeah, on the real, lemonparty.org.
Timothy Miller, the Grand Poobah. of lemonparty.org.
Fuck you. Grand Poobah, I didn't write that shit on the picnic table.
I did, but I was promoting you.
For those that are unaware, there once was a picnic table that had all types of graffiti on it, and one of those unfortunate happenstances had to have been, do not visit lemonparty.org. I visited lemonparty.org. No.
I told you not to.
Well, yeah, come on, I have ADHD like that. It's like telling me, okay, Tim, go ahead.
Don't push this button.
And I got to ride home from somebody from work, and I told the guy, I was like, don't visit lemonparty.org. I bring it up every now and then to some people, and he was literally on his phone that was the size of a fucking TV, checking. I was like, dude, don't fucking do that.
While he was driving you home?
No, that was the guy on the right. The guy that was driving, though, was so enamored with the conversation that he missed the light. Ran the red light and missed my stop. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what else has been going on, but what's been going on in the world?
Lots and lots of crazy stuff.
The Super Bowl's in 2 weeks.
Super Bowl is in 2 weeks as of this recording.
Bruce Jenner's transformation into a hideous-looking woman is almost complete. I have to see those magazines at work, like in every aisle.
You have to?
Well, I walk by them when I'm purchasing burritos.
The Streeto burritos?
Indeed. I wanted to go by there the other day, but there was a big bee over there.
The Streeto burritos, now be free.
Now, may give you salmonella, that's right. Uncooked chicken.
They'll unleash the Moltava virus?
Yes. Can the virus kill the grimace?
Nothing can defeat the grimace.
Nothing can kill the grimace.
Oh, is that that's the actual quote?
Well, it says, can the virus kill the grimace?
I like defeat. Because defeat sounds stronger than kill.
But it's not immortal. You can't kill the grimace. He's like a god now. It changes the whole perception.
Speaking of immortals, they're playing the new WWE game. Immortals.
WWE Immortals.
I'm guessing Mike Awesome isn't on there.
No, he's not. He's dead.
No, that means he's not an immortal.
No.
So there's no Zack Ryder.
No. Hurricane?
There's people in the audience this past Raw that got more TV time than Zack Ryder has had all year.
It's true.
They showed him twice. Once because they were black and they were talking about Martin Luther King. And then the other one is because they were cheering really loud for, I think, Cena, which they were wearing Cena garb.
But still, no Zack Ryder.
No?
The internet champion.
Still reigning.
Internet champion.
Internet champion.
How is this word?
He says that he's the internet champion, so therefore...
So I can go online and say that I'm the internet champion?
No.
But you'd have to...
You have to challenge Zack Ryder.
You have to challenge Zack Ryder for that.
And if anybody's the internet champion at this table, I would be the internet champion.
So is it like a meme contest?
No.
Or like a back and forth on Twitter rant?
Not even that.
So...
Maybe wrestle.
I would think to win it back, you would have to wrestle.
So has anyone challenged him to this coveted?
JBL.
Really?
Once.
I thought he was dead.
No. He commentates.
Yeah, no, but he might as well be.
And he has a show on the YouTube called the JBL Show without Michael Cole and Renee Young.
Everything's better without Michael Cole. Renee Young? No, Renee Young. I don't know who that is.
She's a backstage kind of like what
She's one of Godfather's hoes.
No, she's like what Michael Cole used to do. And what was it, Kevin Kelly?
Yeah, I saw the coach on ESPN the other day. It's weird every time I see him. I keep thinking someone's going to come from behind and hit him with a chair.
The other guy's there too, Todd Grisham.
That's true.
Really?
I think the coach is going to be the new Stuart Scott.
The coach is not as cool as Stuart Scott.
No, that's right. Stuart Scott was cooler than the other side of the pillow.
And his thuggisms and whatnot. I mean, he invented thugonomics before Cena did.
Did he really?
Yes. Like the shit he would say. It was just all.
Who are we talking about, Coach?
Stuart Scott.
Stuart Scott.
The coach isn't cool enough to use. He's not cool enough to use Negro colloquialisms,
That's what I was saying.
Sassy molassy.
Sweet sassy molassy. That's why I was curious. I was like,
it's not like he was on the Roots or anything.
No, just Roots.
Okay.
The Roots is a band.
That's true. Also black.
It's an all
But
black.
cooler, but Japan is all black.
Yes, but still cooler than Coach. I think everybody at this table is cooler than Coach.
That's true.
But I
Could
mean,
be argued.
But nothing's cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Stuart Scott was.
When I lived in a trailer house, we had those floor vents, and I couldn't sleep when I was a kid. I sometimes was up forever, so what I do to sleep, I put the pillow over the air vent, and I fall asleep on that. My dad would wake me up, bonking me on the head. It's like, fuck. But it was a peaceful sleep until the awakening.
The Awakening. Starring Tim Miller.
Cooler than the other side of the pillow.
See, this is what the podcast is. It's just banter back and forth like we do normally.
Yeah.
And then let everybody else listen to our shit as we get drunker
Yeah.
or higher.
So what are these other obligations you're going to make aside from Deadpool and the Ninja Turtles? Tell me it was Raphael, because it's red, right?
Raphael costume. In a Deadpool costume.
I think that would work. I like the fact that it was part turtle, but with the Deadpool mask over it. That was pretty neat. But it was cool. One of the guys on the Ninja Turtle creators, what's his name? But anyway, he shows up with the first artwork for Ninja Turtles at the comic book man.
Oh, no, yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, and they look real gumpy and like
Yeah, it looks
kind of
really
like,
weird.
ugh, like how can those turtles do karate? It's almost like when in the original movie when Splinter was training the Ninja Turtles and they had like that claymation scene and they were like they look like that. Although I tell you, the new one was pretty good, but man, they need to make it dark, like the original.
Krang needs to come out.
Baxter Stockman.
Casey Jones.
Oh, dude, the fucking Rat King. I mean, he's a natural enemy because he's in the sewer.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about the Oscars coming up. Or is it the Academy Awards?
I think that's just one and the same.
Oh, okay. Well, again, we've already had this discussion. I got the Tonys mixed up with the Emmys. I'm not very good with the awards. Oh, but in any event, I was watching the TV and they were talking about during break about how none of the African American
Oh yeah,
actors got nominated.
it was a.
I said, why does it always got to be about that? And it's Martin Luther King's Day,
And it's not like they've never nominated.
right?
Like,
Look at Roots.
That is true. And everybody that was associated with the Wiz. I'm just kidding.
I don't think that was nominated for anything. What about what's the Razzies?
maybe.
Everybody's been nominated for a Razzie.
I haven't.
Stephen King has for Best Worst Director.
Or
Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
He was all pilled out on Lipitrine or some type of.
which is
It's like some type of speed. Like he would do coke and like his prescription speed, and he would like drink mouthwash to come down so that he would know he was drinking alcohol. He would just have a bunch of Listerine in his trailer. But he doesn't remember doing anything with that movie. But he didn't really have to because as long as that trailer with the Green Goblin on the front. Plus that was a cool movie. I still like it with the ATM. Like, can you imagine going to an ATM?
Ass to mouth? You never go ass to mouth.
When did I say ass to mouth?
It's an ATM.
Oh! Cheeky bastard. But in any event, like, you go to an ATM and you're trying to withdraw cash and the ATM says, fuck you. Like, that would just be... And the fact that they did this in 1986, you know, and they could probably have the technology to change, you know, ATM messages say. Like, you see those road signs where, like, someone will hack into them and put messages on
Yeah,
them?
like zombies ahead.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Okay, Razzies. Legend of Worst Actress, Legend of Hercules, Gia Weiss. Never heard of her?
Can't pronounce her first name. Well, she
Drew
gets arrested.
Barrymore for Blended.
Okay.
Melissa McCarthy for Tammy.
Yes.
Cameron Diaz as the other woman and Sex Tape for 2.
Oh, okay.
And Charlize Theron for A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Well, Cameron Diaz gets 2 by default, you know.
Well, she's nominated for 2 movies. I'm still going with Melissa McCarthy because
Yeah,
I don't
that's,
like her.
that's really annoying. Although she was in the 9s, right? Now, who's that chick in the 9s?
No,
with
what
Ryan
was her?
Reynolds.
I remember.
Where she's like, you know, the koala. Yeah, have you seen the 9s? Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, the 9s. Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is a 9. He's one below God. And that chick's like, you know, well, you know, 6s are koalas? Well, what do? They control the weather. Wasn't that fat chick her?
I don't think so.
Looks exactly like her.
Let's see.
Because I seemed to like, when she kept popping up throughout random movies after that, it seemed like maybe it's her doppelganger.
Worst Picture. Saving Christmas. Which one was that?
I have no idea.
The Legend of Hercules with The Rock.
The Rock.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, okay.
Left Behind with Nick Cage. And Transformers 4 Age of Extinction with Mark
I think we found a Transformer.
Wahlberg.
See, I think what they've done with Left Behind was, I mean, there's 12 books to that series. They already did a first one with Kirk Cameron.
They did like a lot of them with
That's
Kirk
what they did,
Cameron.
because the books they have 12. In the end, it's crazy. Jesus comes back, and he is like a fucking Nazi, dude. He is killing everybody. It is fucking nuts. Like,
Jesus is a Nazi.
The book
Jim Miller story.
Our family is German, but fuck you. We pretend like that never happened.
You're right, dude.
I told you.
She was Margaret,
I know
Melissa,
more
and
about
Mary.
movie trivia than Mark.
In the 9s. I totally forgot. Well, I think I phased her out because I don't like her.
But no, what was weird though is she kept popping up in random junctures throughout whatever I was watching, which is kind of sad because she's an annoying bitch. What the fuck was I watching?
I don't know.
But
no offense, but she kind of reminds me of your mom.
No, the Nancy Grace reminds me of my mom.
Yeah,
Nancy Grace just reminds me of my mom. But in any event, getting back to the Left Behind, so they did a bunch of those movies.
Yeah.
Wow. Because the last one where Jesus goes off is called The Glorious Appearing.
But that's only the book.
Yes. Well, I mean, the book it tries to follow the path of Revelations where you have the rapture, and then you have 7 years, 3.5 years of peace, 3.5 years of chaos, and then God comes back. 1,000-year reign on earth. But these Christian scholars have come out with this idea that Revelations is actually an historical account of the Roman Emperor Nero's reign. The guy that played the flute while setting Rome on fire.
Fiddle.
So, Fiddle. There you go. Thank you, sir. Mr. Corrector is at it again. And everybody, Mr. Corrector down at 2206 Treasure Hills. He'll correct everything that you say, even if he's drunk.
I would correct you on my address, but I'm fine with
That was, I think, my address. I know yours. I don't know yours. But in any event.
Very well then.
But, so that's weird, changes the whole perspective, when you think about if it's just an historical account, like Christians' heads are up on walls. But it's funny because the guy, Tim LaHaye, is the one that wrote the stories. He actually was a sports biographer. So he goes from writing about Walter Payton to Jesus. Who was the better story? Walter Payton? Nah, I'm kidding. I love Jesus.
I'm going on to worst actor up for the Razzies. Kellen Lutz, and The Legend of Hercules.
Legend of Hercules, really.
He's sweeping the.
Well, this was the previous year. I bet Johnny Depp would have got one for when he played the Tonto. I
think it did.
Everybody hated that, it seemed like.
Seth MacFarlane, A Million Ways to Die in the West. Nicolas Cage, Left Behind. Adam Sandler, Blended. Kirk Cameron.
Nice.
For Saving Christmas. That's the one.
Oh.
Yeah, that one actually has like the worst rating on IMDb. I mean, you go to IMDb bottom 100. That's the number 1 of the bottom 100.
What about the Star Wars with Jar Jar Binks?
I don't know where that one hits. I could hit the top 500. I want to go to the bottom 500.
Oh, dude, what was that Evel Knievel movie we saw the preview to? Evel Knievel goes to Mexico.
Only like the best movie in the world.
Yeah, like this plot, Evel Knievel is trying to stop a drug dealer from taking back a casket full of cocaine to the United States. Evil fucking Knievel.
I'm with you.
What's he gonna do? Jump over them?
Just crash on them.
But little did he know that he was a mule jumping over the Rio Grande River. But yeah, dude, it does look like the best movie ever. Full of 70s hairstyles and it's fucking corny ass music.
Yeah, Saving Christmas, number 1 on the bottom 100.
Where's Kisses Christmas at?
Number 2 is
Really?
No, is Birdemic.
I don't know what that is.
The sci-fi original movie.
No, it wasn't even. That's a terrible movie. It's one of the Richard movies that he made me watch one time.
Oh, okay. Birdemic.
Oh wait, he showed me a weird movie about Christ getting crucified. It was what was it? It was that Mexican director, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some bizarre shit.
Number 12, Manos, Hands of Fate.
Nice.
Number 13, Birdemic 2.
That's a good movie.
Number 19, Who's Your Caddy?
Chevy Chase?
No.
Who's in it?
I don't care.
It's Caddyshack there.
Might as well be. Let's see, number 28, Puma Man. 30 is Glitter with Mariah Carey.
The Big League or whatever however you pronounce it's gotta be on there.
Oh, Geely.
Geely.
Number 33, Son of the Mask.
Yeah, dude, without Jim Carrey, fuck that shit.
41, Surf School.
But you know what's not there? Surf Ninja. Surf Ninjas are
Number
awesome.
52, Surf Ninjas.
Well, fuck.
Surf Ninjas.
Ruined my childhood. Top 10 movie all time.
55, Titanic. The Legend Goes On. I don't know how. 69, Geely.
What does that mean? It's
69, still 69.
is
Worst
that
part of the
better
title
or
ever.
worse than the worst movie like that?
It's better.
It's better. Oh, okay. So when you were reading the other ones in the part 2, Birdemic part 2,
It's better than part
it's
1.
better than part
Yeah.
1.
71, Santa with Muscles.
Fuck. Well, every Hulk Hogan movie except Mr. Nanny. Yeah, Mr. Nanny too. He was
Mr.
in
Nanny 2.
He was, fuck no. He was in Three Ninjas, one of those movies.
Something that
And I think
High Noon
Ernest was in that shit too.
and Lonnie Anderson.
Oh fuck, Lonnie Anderson looks like a mashed potato or a Morbius figure.
Number 77, Seven Mummies.
Mummy Returns is pretty awful. It's childish dialogue. Hey, look, a mummy! Run!
81, Monster A Go-Go. 89, Fat Slags.
Alright, hold on.
Number 90 deserves to be lower. I hate this movie. This is a movie that made me stop liking all the movies.
What?
It was a movie that said,
Rudy.
Mark, there's bad movies out there.
What movies is Corky Romano?
Baby Geniuses.
Baby's Day Out was pretty good.
Baby's Day Out was good.
Yes.
Baby Genius.
But Baby Genius.
Baby Geniuses sucks.
And the only one I don't agree with is number 99, Ed.
What's that?
The one with the baseball playing monkey.
Oh, fuck yeah. Any baseball movie is on Tim Miller's top 100 list. Ed, Little Big League, Rookie of the Year. And fuck everybody, Major League 2 is the shit. A lot of people don't like that.
I like Major League 2.
I don't really dig Major League 3.
No, Back to the Minors can go back to hell. But
So that's the only one. That's at the bottom of your.
yes, even Charlie Sheen said that one didn't exist, just like the Germans in World War II. That never happened.
They said that
we were on vacation. I'm kidding. I was born in Texas. But they're actually going to do a third movie with Charlie Sheen, where he's apparently he's at a car dealership. They've written the script. The original guy wrote the script. And it's done, but in 2012, like after Sheen did his winning, get off coke, weird collapse, he actually gave an interview with Sports Illustrated, one of the first things he did. He was real calm. He's like, yeah, because he's a big baseball fan. He took steroids in the original movie to throw 85 miles an hour. Like he wanted it to be legit, like really going like method acting, getting to the character. So in any event, the guy that wrote the original one has written this third one, and he's supposed to work at a car dealership. Like he's down and out, his career's over. He's in his late 40s. And one of his illegitimate sons is in the minor leagues and is coming up and is like the new Wild Thing or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, there could be some cool
Son of Wild Thing.
And plus, Bob Uecker's still alive, and they need to get him in another movie before he dies. He's not getting any younger like Jimmy Carter.
I don't think anybody's getting any.
Yeah, but in his case,
except that one kid, Benjamin Button.
But
anyways, worst director for the Razzies, Seth MacFarlane. In A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Alright.
Have you seen that movie?
I've seen a little bit of it. I have it on the computer.
I haven't seen it all.
Jonathan Liebesman for Ninja Turtles. Rennie Harlin for Legend of Hercules. Michael Bay for Transformers. And Darren Doan for Saving Christmas. So a lot of them just keep on repeating.
Yeah. Well, you would think the worst movies would have the worst acting, but that's 90% of the movie, I guess you could say.
I'm going with Scorpion King.
For 400 hours.
The movie movie that started
Hercules,
it all.
I mean. Whatever, you know.
Worst supporting actress. I didn't even know they went this far. They did the whole everybody. Susan Sarandon for Tammy.
Okay.
Megan Fox for Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Bridget Cameron for Saving Christmas. Cameron Diaz for Annie. So she's nominated for Worst Actress and Worst Supporting Actress.
Yep.
For a total of 3 movies.
She's 2 more to get the hat trick.
I think the one that has the hat trick was Adam Sandler. Like,
Really?
maybe even a Grand Slam. Or like, because he was nominated for Worst Actor and Worst Actress for Jack and Jill.
What was the one he did with Jennifer Aniston? I was on the other day. I didn't know they had made a movie.
Oh, just go with it? That one's okay.
Like, I was even saying this, man, when I posted the penguin picture on Facebook. I see what's going on here. Like, what happened to goofy Adam Sandler? 40-year-old Adam Sandler sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just not funny.
But that's just part of growing up.
Yeah, I know.
Because Nickelodeon's not the same.
We're all Toys R Us kids inside.
As long
you're
as
wearing a Cobra shirt.
As long as you're not inside a Toys R Us kid.
Well, I haven't been kicked out of there yet.
But out of the Toys R Us kid?
What would you... Oh, like Toys R Us.
Oh, either of them. Worst supporting actor. Mel Gibson, Expendables 3. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Expendables 3. Kiefer Sutherland, Pompeii? I didn't even know they made
We're just kidding. It was actually...
Kelsey Grammer, Transformers, Age of Extinction. Didn't know he was in that.
He was in that?
Expendables 3. And I want to say it's Legends of... Legends of Oz, Dorothy's Return.
So he's got the 3.
Yeah, he's got the hat trick for Worst Supporting Actor. And Shaquille O'Neal for Blended.
God, he was in a movie? Didn't he win with Kazam?
Blue Chips.
There you go.
And then
What did I say?
Steel? I think he said Blue Steel.
Oh yeah, in that Aquaman movie. This is a spoiler, guys, so I don't know if you guys are...
Shaq was in that?
Not Shaq.
Oh.
But still.
Oh yeah?
For a small moment. Like,
that must have been when I was asleep.
Thank God. Imagine if, because this was actually rumored
not
to
still,
happen.
but like it was the guy, like John Henry.
Oh, okay.
It was him, and then the Atlantean things are attacking, and he like grabs like a hammer to save somebody, but then Superman shows up and like saves the day, and he's like, "See you later." That's what that was it. But it was him. You got it. It was like a big black dude named John Henry with a hammer in this DC universe.
He's got Shaq on his fucking forehead.
He's wearing genie pants at a construction site.
He's got size 22 shoes.
Okay.
But no,
Guys are
imagine
a little...
this movie that won Academy Awards with him as an actor and how it would have changed the whole movie. Because in 1996, I had a Stephen King encyclopedia. This is before the internet was real big. And it was about 2 years before the movie. And
Kazam?
No, The Green Mile was originally, rumor had it, was going to be Shaquille O'Neal. Imagine how horrible that movie
As
would
John
have been.
Coffey?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Like, imagine how fucking... Yeah, I mean, that movie was amazing. Like, when he's like, hey, you know, I want to help you. Thank you for... my wife wants to give me this cornbread for fixing. What? For fixing, you know. What are you talking about, boss? Like, it was a great... And again, you never go full retard.
No, he didn't.
But,
some cool.
Michael Clark Duncan, though. Fuck the Lottery movie.
The Lottery.
The Lottery. I saw that in the hospital.
The Island.
The Island. I saw that in the hospital after my car wreck, and I was in pain. I was up all night, and they gave me a bunch of weird medication, and I watched that movie.
The beginning of that fucking...
Dude, it felt like I watched that movie for 24 hours. It was like the never-ending fucking story.
Well, it's like Logan's Run as well, right?
It's kind of like Logan's Run, yeah.
Okay, worst screenplay. Saving Christmas, Sex Tape, Ninja Turtles, Left Behind, Transformers.
Ooh. Transformers.
I've only seen one of those movies.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah, I haven't either.
You saw Ninja Turtles?
Oh, yeah.
I saw Ninja Turtles, not the Transformers.
I haven't seen Ninja Turtles. Never mind. Still
Still Transformers.
I bet you Transformers is worse.
Worst screen couple / ensemble.
Ninja Turtles.
No, Ninja Turtles is not one.
No, April O'Neil and that retarded reporter. That whole side story was just dumb.
Oh, what's the name? Barnett.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Megan Fox sucked in that movie.
Saving Christmas, Kirk Cameron. He's the worst screen couple. By himself, Kirk and Cameron are the worst couple. Sex Tape, Cameron Diaz, Jason Segel. Legend of Hercules, Kellen Lutz. Wasn't Legend of Hercules with The Rock, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Why is The Rock nominated for any of these?
He didn't even get worst actor, right?
I don't think The Rock's in this one.
Just the movie. The Rock's great, but the movie sucks.
Which one was The Rock in? Because it's not The Legend of Hercules.
Oh, it's Hercules. Just Hercules. That's all it was. Legend of Hercules was a weird one.
Apparently.
Like it was one with some blonde kid.
Kellen Lutz, apparently.
Yeah.
Let's see. Worth. Hercules. Yeah, it's just Hercules. Okay. Many Ways to Die in the West. Seth MacFarlane, Charlize Theron, and Transformers for all the Transformers. A lot of these movies are just getting fucked.
Well, the good thing is they haven't made or attempted to make a remake of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
That needs to be left alone. The whole movie industry will just collapse from its own stupidity if they try to do that. That can't be done. No.
Are you opposed to the Ghostbusters?
With an all-female cast, I am. Without Bill Murray, I am. And plus, which was the one that died? Ian?
Yeah, Egon?
Egon, yes. I watched too much Genius. But, yeah. And, the black guy Winston, he's still alive. I saw him on Comic Book Man. I had to lend comic books to little kids in high school.
Well, he's the one that goes to all the comic book conventions.
Really?
Of all the Ghostbusters, yeah, him.
Yeah, he goes. But Dan Aykroyd would do that shit.
Yeah, and Bill Murray, like...
As much as he wants to.
Bill Murray goes to random parties before he goes to comic conventions.
Yeah.
Well, because Bill Murray can do that, because...
Bill fucking Murray.
Fuck yeah. Still love the fact that he had Where the Buffalo Roam, he still had it right.
Yeah.
That was weird, that they did two interpretations.
Of Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, and that one, nobody, and Hunter hated it. He fucking hated that movie. But I still think Rum Diaries was good.
That's okay.
I didn't like the ending, but
Worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel? Legend of Hercules, Ninja Turtles, Annie, Atlas Shrugged, Part 3.
wow, they made a movie of that.
Part
You guys actually
3.
read-
They made a part 3 of that.
Dude, that book is like 1,100 fucking pages
And then
long.
Transformers.
And Rand. But if you guys read that,
No.
it's sort of like, the oil industry, the railroad industry, and all these industries, thriving in the 1920s, like leeching off of the people. Like, those dumbbell tenements in New York where people had no money and like 90% of the population was super poor. And you had these, robber barons, if you will, taking over. And the fucking book is like all of these characters' stories intertwined. And it's 1,100 to 1,500 pages long. It's supposed to be considered a literary classic. I read it once. Never again. Stephen King, 1,100 page book, that's fine. But this book was it was so allegorical. Sort of like The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz was real allegorical. They even had stuff about the Panama Canal in the original stories. Like, no. Yeah. And Frank L. Baum. And there was a talking parrot. And your mom has a bunch of those books, right? The Wizard of Oz
I'll bring my
sequels.
mom into this conversation.
You brought mine earlier saying she looked like fucking Melissa McCarthy, you dick.
I said
And
not to
Nancy
take
Grace.
offense to it.
You said she looked like Nancy Grace. To be fair.
Yeah, that's true. Nancy Grace is a cunt. But, anyway. But yeah, Atlas Shrugged, the fact they made a movie,
Atlas Shrugged 3.
that's gotta be someone's fucking with us. That can't be. That's like considered like, it's up there with Grapes of Wrath or fucking Gone with the Wind. At least in intellectual circles, or pseudo-intellectuals.
As far as books, though.
Yeah.
You don't know, because this was for worst remake.
Okay. But yeah, like in college campuses, like the main literary epic is Atlas Shrugged. Yeah, I think they even spoofed it in Family Guy a couple of times.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Razzie Redeemer Award. I guess this is for somebody that's had a Razzie and then made a good movie this year, or
Whatever.
have redeemed themselves. Keanu Reeves, I'm
For
guessing
John
for
Wick.
John Wick. Mike Myers for
I don't know what.
He's
Ben Affleck for
Gone Girl?
because of Jiggly.
Yeah.
That was such a long time ago, though.
But still, he's redeemed himself.
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart,
He doesn't have to redeem himself. He did Thanos.
sounds like a motherfucker. And Jennifer Aniston for whatever she did.
Leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
The Meet the Millers.
I've met them. They're okay guys.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen the movie though.
Okay.
My Blood Family movie would be a lot better. Especially my Uncle Ed that lost his testicle in a skiing accident.
Oh yeah?
No, it was Leo. It was Uncle Leo, not Ed. Yeah, he was a truck driver. He went over there. He was trying to get off speed.
Well, what is it that he shipped?
I can't remember.
But he shipped from like East Coast to West Coast?
Yeah, and he would stop off in St. Louis, but he would take speed for like 6 days
Was
straight.
it logs?
It may very well have been. He did go to the Northwest a few times.
He did different ships.
Yeah, it wasn't a set route. And this is before, truck drivers became pussies and, were drinking monsters to stay awake. No, they took fucking White Crosses. They'd stay awake 6
Greenies?
straight days. Not Greenies, White Crosses. Greenies are a step below. I mean, I'm not well versed in greenie abuse.
But White Crosses, you're
No. My dad told me he once took one when he was in the Air Force. He was
your dad or your uncle?
My dad. My dad.
With your uncle?
No, my uncle was on the truck driving expedition.
Was this your uncle on your dad's side?
Yes.
Okay.
And my dad was in the Air Force in 1969, and in any event, he took White Cross to stay awake and study all night, and when he walked in to take the exam, he forgot his name. So, I mean, you're so wired that you can't even, and my dad's got a master's degree, so he's not an idiot. So this drug completely worked his whole mental capacity to even remember what your name is. And truckers would take that. So my Uncle Leo would take that 6 days a week, travel back and forth, and then he would drink whiskey to stay up.
How do you even know his name was Leo?
I do know his name was Leo. I met him. He gave me Trident gum. Cinnamon Trident gum.
But
and
he called himself Leo, but I mean, obviously on these White Crosses, he couldn't even remember his name to tell you, so you could have...
That was my dad. I don't know about Leo. Leo had a higher tolerance.
Oh, okay.
My dad doesn't have a tolerance for any of those types of things.
Dad's a pussy.
I was gonna say, but yeah. but yeah. So anyway, Leo's like, yeah, take all these White Crosses, and then I had to stop because everybody 10 years older than me was dying. So he retired and he went overseas, and that's when he lost his testicle in a skiing accident.
Overseas?
Yes.
Where was he skiing?
In the Alps. Sort of like one of the Kennedy kids. Maybe his name was Michael. Tried to catch a football playing skiing, and he didn't catch the football, but he caught a tree.
Like Sonny Bono.
Exactly.
He lost his testicle.
But
No,
your uncle was only lucky to lose a testicle instead of his life.
Yes, that's true.
His left one or his right one?
Left. He's still a sperm donor to this day. 86 years old, one nut.
He goes in there and just...
I need 3 magazines, not 2. I only got 1 nut.
Does it work half as hard?
I think so, sir. But not when you have the White Crosses.
No, just does a White Cross make you fucking...
I guess, that's what I've heard.
But hopefully not from your uncle.
No, never mind. That story is not for the podcast. It happened during one of my blackouts.
So you kind of remember it, but you don't.
Yeah.
If you took a White Cross during one of your blackouts, what would happen?
I wouldn't black out. I would be wide awake.
White awake.
But that apparently used to be legal, sort of like LSD in the mid-60s. You could buy like Tylenol.
Oh, like with those fucking... Oh, those trucker pills, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, the guy that I worked with, his name's Jojo. He was in the Army, but he also was truck driving and he used to have pills. This is, remember ephedrine?
Yes.
It's illegal now. You could buy those pills. I almost had a heart attack taking a Texas history exam.
I had those
Texas
Mountain Dew
copies.
pills and I got scared of my own shadow.
Dude, I was taking a test. I got an 85, but I was like, heart was going. That was when I almost drove off the intersection. Because remember when they're rebuilding the highway in Brownsville? I ended up merging onto an exit ramp, and it was the closed part, and it was the one that they had just built. I drive up, and my headlights are on, and then I just see a big chasm, and it's just, and I slam on the brakes. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I was up all night on these pills, wired studying, and it was ephedrine, and it looked like herbs in like a little white capsule. Like 6 months later, they made it illegal, but I mean, I took the exam, I passed, but the whole time I could see my shirt going like this, and it was a horrible feeling. Yeah, but I don't know about the Mountain Dew pills. I've never. They still around?
No, they were like on the in the bag to like return to sender because it was either expired or it wasn't selling at Stripes or Circle K.
Did you take them before they were?
I bought them and yeah, I took them before they were sent off. Yeah, because I took them. And I took, I don't know how many, one of them equaled like 2.5 cups of coffee. So I took 4.
Oh, Jesus.
And then it was almost like, in my head it was like I was walking around the store how Apu was the hummingbirding around the store. But I opened the door to get mustard out to fill up because we used to give the mustard packets, not now, it's just you have to put everything in the little cups.
Yeah.
But the mustard packets were underneath, and I took them out, and I saw my shadow, and I just flipped out, almost fell down, because I thought it was a rat. Oh, the Lucas brothers were on Getting Dug with Hyde today. I didn't even know there was an episode today, because usually it's on Wednesdays. I'll watch that tomorrow.
Was I watching it with you where Chong was on there? They were hitting the vaporizer?
Yeah. It was the stage?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was an okay one. There's only one episode I haven't seen. That's with Adam Carolla.
I still like the guy, remember I was telling you about, he was on the Smodcast podcast, and the comedian, he was telling the story about how the Bible is a big hallucination.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan had this great theory. There's been like scholars, and even I was looking up on my own. This Israeli guy, who's a professor over there, who thinks that Moses was hallucinating when he saw the burning bush, because it's an acacia tree, and an acacia tree is used in Indian tribes to bring on hallucinations, sort of like peyote and food or whatnot. Yeah. And so this guy, like, people are like bitching at him, the Catholics especially. But in any event, Joe Rogan goes on this theory that the whole Bible is this big hallucination, and that like the tree of life was actually a mushroom. And you eat the mushroom, and then you eat, like, what do psychedelics do? They give you a godlike experience. You see. They say only use 10% of your brain when you see other lights. You've read the Carlos Castaneda books, The Teachings of Don Juan, and it's like that's what the whole Bible is about. It's like this big metaphor for this one big trip. You know? And but then you eat the tree of life, the mushroom, and then you gain this knowledge, like you become God. And it's funny, in the Bible it says everybody has God inside of them. And some people even thought, what if that's what it's referring to? And that's why it was banished. You can't have the tree of life because you'll become godlike. You'll gain, you'll know right and wrong. You'll have shame and all these type of things. But it's more like, because when you're on a trip, like you feel kind of like you start thinking about it, focusing on shit. You never done psychedelics.
I've done mushrooms once.
Okay, I did not know that.
But this became super fucking chatty.
But he talks about like being on DMT and how that every natural like food out there or like plant secretes DMT. Our brains secrete DMT. Yeah. And they make it in a man-made chemical form now.
Now I know what DMT stands for, but for people that don't know.
Go ahead, because I know Ishan.
I don't know what DMT stands for.
Diethyl something. But in any event, like, they make it now.
Jacob caught me.
I knew it right.
But anyway, like this oranges create DMT, but there's not a large amount of oranges you can eat to get a trip or whatever. Remember morning glory seeds? Like if they're not sprayed by the pesticide, it's like if you take 1,000 of those, it's like an LSD trip.
Morning glory, like the flower?
Yeah, morning glory seeds. But so in any event, like the DMT, they create it now where they create it like a chemical, like a synthetic version of it, but it's naturally induced. But you take it, and like Joe Rogan's like, you go on this 10 or 15-minute trip where like you solve the world's problems or your own. Like if something's bothering you, you figure it out. I don't know about that. I've done DMT once, and I didn't solve any problems at all. What I did see, though, was a painting that had a ship on it, and it was an ocean scene. And you smoke it out of like a pipe, it's like flakes. It looks almost like, well, dandruff, I guess. And smoke it, and then it lasts, it's like a 15-minute intense hallucination. And I'm looking at this painting, and there's a boat, and then all of a sudden, a fucking killer whale comes flying out of the bottom of the ocean. And I see all these little pirates on the boat, and you know, they're running around screaming, and then like my brain just superimposed on one face and one reaction, and it's just like, and then the fucking whale winked at me when it ate the ship.
And the whale looked at you.
Yes. Well, the painting had no whale on it at all. It was just a boat in an ocean.
And it winked at
Under
you?
the hallucination, the whale came up from the bottom, ate the whole entire fucking boat while this one pirate was just screaming. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that was supposed to mean. Like they say, your dreams are part of your subconscious. Well, what about a psychedelic trip? Is that your subconscious coming to the forefront? Or is it just a chemical-induced, hallucination that you have? But in any event, just thinking of the Bible in that context, like, rivers that are filled with blood, kill the firstborn, like, this is some fucked up, twisted shit, And they say a lot of the things in the Bible are like metaphors, but when you try to...
a way to talk about them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the person taking psychedelics understands that, you could, when someone explains a trip, everyone knows. Like, if you haven't done it, you won't, like, walking out of one space to another, going from indoors to outdoors is a whole different, feeling. But it's cool that there's people out there that make a living, trying to come up with different ways of interpreting history.
Yeah.
Like the whole Revelation to, Nero's reign, and then the Bible as a mass hallucination brought on by, like, they think that all the tribes, when Moses came down with the 10 Commandments, worshiping idols and engaging in all of this fucking promiscuous sex with their sisters and everything, and then Moses comes down, these are the 10 Commandments, like they could have been under like this mass trip. They're out in the fucking woods for 40 years and 40 nights, what the hell else are they gonna eat?
And fucking trees.
Or mushrooms. Or mushrooms. But, I don't know, it's weird.
They didn't bring rations?
No, I mean, Egypt was the rations.
That's where they had their... Yeah, when they left.
They didn't bring like one fish and one bread?
Do you mind if we take some rations with us out into the desert?
Fuck you, get the fuck out of here. Rations.
Then we'd let you go, not let you go.
Not feed you.
You want to go, man? You want to
Plus, the Pharaoh still pissed at all those goddamn locusts. So, like, I heard it in a movie once, where it's like, if I was the son of God and they nailed me to a cross, I'd be like, just wait till I get down from them. Fuck me somebody up. You want to see the Cuba Shauna Juan of the Dead? You seen that?
It's about as good as it sounds.
Which isn't very good.
One, I have to read.
Oh, it's all in Spanish?
Yeah.
God forbid that.
Reading or Spanish?
Reading.
No, yeah, it takes me out of the movie.
I mean, man, like sometimes, like Amores Perros, I read, like that was all subtitles, but when I think back on it, I don't remember subtitles.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, the Conor McGregor, that fight.
Okay.
That happened Saturday.
Yeah.
He has a coach that speaks German.
Mm-hmm.
He was speaking German. I understood it.
You understood it?
I understood it. I was like, and then somebody told me, whoever was watching with me, he's like, he's not speaking English. Because I was like, the subtitles aren't even needed. I understood him. So he's speaking German. I was like, no. And then everything after that, it was in a different language. I couldn't understand them anymore.
Oh, so once you realized, boom, you overthought it.
Yeah, I was like, well, now I can't understand him.
Well, no, the only movie I watched the subtitles was The Libertine, and that was because like it's real low audio and they speak with a real thick British accent. But I probably got about 15% more out of it watching it, like with the dialogue. Like John Malkovich plays Charles II, and his.
But it was all in...
Yeah, I had the option. I watched it in
okay.
subtitles. It was in English, but I watched it in subtitles because again, it takes place in England, so it was real thick old English. And people don't talk like that anymore. It's the audio and the ambiance. It's almost like Gotham in England, like how it's all great.
I just think of people that are talking in old English and just they talk drunk.
How do you know that's the king? They ain't covered in shit. Monty Python reference.
Yeah, I understood you.
So I was disappointed by Tusk.
Yeah, I know you told me. Yeah, it was like I said, it was okay.
Under the Yoga Hosers, so like that's just, I was like, how you gonna have a movie over here called Yoga Hosers?
It's a spin-off, right?
It's a loose trilogy.
It's this Canadian trilogy. That's part 2 of this Canadian trilogy.
Part 3? Moose Jaws.
It's like Jaws, but with the moose.
Dude, they're fucking scary, man. Oregon? Moose.
I've never seen one in real life, but one time I went to the
They're
Cabela.
like a Clydesdale of deer.
I went to the Cabela shop in like above San Antonio or New Braunfels, and I saw it. That motherfucker was fucking huge.
Yeah. I like a Great Dane to a poodle.
It was like a 9-foot fucking. I was looking up at it like it was a dinosaur, like a Great Dane to a poodle.
That's those elves ride them.
Poodles?
Elves, they ride them.
Really?
They did in that Lord of the Rings.
Well, gnomes, they ride a wolf or a fox.
Yes.
in the Hobbit movies.
I haven't seen that.
Spoiler alert.
I read the book.
King Elf rides a fucking.
Only here.
It's not a deer.
I'm cooking on a high.
But it's a moose.
Where you get this
groundbreaking information. Such as who?
King Elf.
King Elf rides a moose.
Rides a fucking.
That sounds like code. King Elf rides a moose. Pass it on.
He's taking the juice because the juice is loose. King Elf, he rides a moose.
He wears around his neck. He wears a noose. I don't think it's good right now.
I feel pissed off because he ran out of grape juice. Don't whiz in the juice.
What is papoose? Is that something?
Isn't it like ass?
Papoose?
Or just, no. I think you just made up this word.
Jacob laughed at it. He's heard it before.
It sounds funny.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You know, the sounds.
Oh yeah, you did laugh.
Not as brilliant as Cellar Door, but papoose.
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 Riding the papoose.
Riding down the papoose, walking out. Punch the munch.
How about Fiddle Faddle?
Fiddle Faddle.
Crunch and Munch came with X-Men cards.
Dude, anything that comes with cards is the shit. Because nothing comes with cards anymore.
I came with cards.
Oh.
Well, I can't buy you at Walmart or like.
Can you buy anybody at Walmart?
No, but I can buy. I used to be able to buy items that had cards in them.
Oh.
Cereal, Tombstone, pizza. I could go to
Denny's
and have a grand slam and get a really cool holographic card of all the players that took steroids.
All of
Captain America.
That's what they did.
You have all the baseball cards?
I have 19 of 30. The
No, but you have all the baseball cards.
What do you mean all the I have tons of baseball cards.
All of them.
They're falling out of my ass. I even have a bucket of cards I don't want.
Can you put like a good series together of all the people that were on?
Oh fuck yeah! All the Rangers: Rafael Palmeiro, Juan Gonzalez, Pudge Rodriguez, Alex Rodriguez, Sammy Sosa.
All the Rodriguezes?
Yes.
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 Oh, turns out, yeah, it was all. There was Rodriguez.
Benito Santiago, King Caminetti, who also did cocaine and alcohol. I don't have a Doc Ellis card. Or
You need like a Animaniacs type music for all that information.
At one point, this stopped working.
Right? It's like that's how I remember.
I don't know when it did.
I remember all the capitals through song.
Hold on. Stop. Pause.
We're sorry. Due to circumstances beyond our control, the script to the rest of the episode was lost on its way overseas. Luckily, the episode was finished by the Korean animators. We hope you enjoy the new ending.
We find in favor of
Big American Party! Yay! Everybody disco dancing. Lots of fun. Good time for all. I'm having very good time. Robot dancing? Oh no! Police! Quickly in here! Who is driving? Oh my god, Bear is driving! How can that be? Car full of midgets! Korean animation studio! Everybody work! Everybody work! Everybody work! He big mean man whip us! We are slaves! Here we are! Help us! We will stop you! There's no escape this time! No, it is you who will be the one escaping! Not Pikachu! Please don't sue! Ha ha ha! Axel Foley, Judge Reinhold! Tom Cruise! Oh no! You want the truth? You can't handle the truth! Show me the money!